Alright, so we're going to get right into it. We got the 3 guard on there, or in this case the 3 blade. I decided to use detachable clippers just because we're taking down so much bulk. My man had a mullet here he was trying to grow out, so he decided to chop that thing. So I'm going to take it down nice and even here with the 3 blade. It just cuts through that hair a lot nicer rather than a guard, but you could use a guard too. So right now I'm just doing a little bit of clipper over comb work, just getting it all straight in the ridge. It doesn't have to be perfect because I know I'm going to go back and fix that up even more. But I just wanted to give myself a nice little base here. When you're doing clipper over comb, you want to make sure it's at a 45-degree angle. So now we got the 1 guard all the way closed on here. So he didn't want it close to skin. He wanted a little bit of a taper there. So I always start my tapers off with the 1 guard closed, and then I'll fade it all the way out. So now, since I already know I'm fading into that 3, I have the 2 guard on all the way open. Levers all the way open. I'm gonna gradually close the lever as I'm going down. So I start open, I eventually close. And I'm being very careful not to go into the ridge of the head to mess up any of the shear work or anything that I will attack later. So now I got the 1.5 guard, again all the way open. I'm going to gradually close that until it all meets together. And notice how I'm using the corners. I'm being very careful about where I am with my guidelines. And his hair is, kind of lighter, so kind of fades really easily. So you don't have to try as hard, I guess. Everyone has different hair texture. Some hair is hard to fade than others. So now I got the 1 guard all the way open, bringing it down. Using those corners, I'm also stretching the skin. When you stretch the skin, it gets a lot closer. You could get a lot closer to dark areas. It'll be a lot easier to fade. So now I jump back to the 1.5 guard. Just kind of clean it up more. Now I'm going back to clipper over comb. And again, it's a 45-degree angle that's towards me. And you swipe across to take down bulk, and then you swipe up to kind of blend further, as you see me doing there. And no matter what I do with clipper over comb, I always go back and clean it up with shears. So now we're going to line them up here. I always line up the C-cup first, especially when I'm doing a taper. Kind of gives me a nice guide, and I could see a lot more, before I start tapering them out. And I got the Gold FXs, the skeleton trimmers. Man, they're the best trimmers I've ever had. Definitely recommend them. They're the Babyliss Pro Skeleton FX. Excuse me. So now I'm starting my taper. I always start in a corner like that, like an angle like that. It looks like a triangle. It's really going to make that C-cup pop. I'm really trying not to take away from the C-cup. Then I have the blade all the way open, no guard. I'm just blending that out. And I already faded, I already had the 1 guard on, so I know I'm just going to jump right to my 1/2 guard. And I'm going to start with that all the way open and just blend that all the way out. And I always fade up and down, cross-check. It really ensures a blurry fade. I always say that, and it's so true. You do cross-checking, you do shear work, and you'll do the same thing with clipper work, and that's how you get the best result. So now I'm lining up the neckline here. And again, I always line up before I do a taper. It just kind of gives me a better guide. You don't necessarily have to, but for me, I love doing it. And I'm going to start the taper here. I'm going to bottom out the Slimline Pros here.
Be young.
Sorry about that bad angle with my shoulder in there. But I make my bald line circular just so I don't take away from the darkness of that neckline. I really want that neckline to be as dark as possible and have a nice gradual blend. So I'm going to bottom out the full shavers. I'll do the same on the temple like I forgot to do, but that's okay. I'll just go back and hit that real quick. Make sure not to make another line. But now I have no guard on there. Blade all the way open. Make my next guideline. And just gradually blend that down. Again, using the corners, stretching the skin. And again, I already knew I put the one guard on there initially, so now I just have the half guard all the way open, which will blend right into the one closed. And I'm just carefully using the corners, going up a little bit, closing that lever a little bit at a time as I'm coming down. And I know eventually I'm going to go back to my true one or my no guard blade all the way open. Hope that makes sense. I love doing tapers, don't get me wrong. Bald fades are definitely my favorite, but I love a good taper every once in a while, especially when it's on a nice light kind of hair texture like my client has here. Now I'm just detailing. So you always want to get through your system first, you know, as fast as you can. Not super fast, but in a way where you could be efficient. And then you always want to go back and detail as much as you can, because detailing's half the haircut. And any barber will tell you that. So now I finished up the taper in the back. Now I'm going to saturate the hair on top, get ready for the shear work. Now my client here, he really didn't want too much off. He just wanted a really light trim. So I split the hair down the middle just like I did. And I'm just taking about a 1/4 inch, if that, off the top, really not doing much. So I start from one side and I just take a 1/4 inch, and then I'll take that traveling guideline, meet it with the other side that I split, and I'll cut whatever hair I see on the other side that sticks up. Just kind of make it all even. But I'll do that on one side, I'll do it on the other, and then I'll meet in the middle, and then I'll do horizontal sections to cross check, as you'll see me do here. So now I got the other side. Again, taking that back a little bit at a time. Then I'll match it all together. I don't always do that system when I do shear work on top, but for a light trim like this and kind of slick back style he does, I figured it would be a nice quick way to do that. So now I'm just going back, making sure everything's even.
Be young.
Now I'm making sure it meets in the back. So trying to be really careful, especially with the cowlick and whorl back here. You cut that too short, it will stick straight up. I just want to make sure that everything that falls over connects to the clipper work. I don't know if I included it here, but I did take vertical sections, and I did take the horizontal sections. I did cross check. I must not have included it in the video. Sorry about that, guys. But now I'm just doing a little bit of shear of a comb. I started out with regular shears. Now I'll finish up with the thinning shears, which I normally do with dry hair, because wet hair you gotta be really careful. It could take away a little bit too much if you're not careful. Now I'm gonna hit my client with that hot towel, which I do every service. And I got that Tomb 45 shave gel. Link will be in the description for that. Get that razor work, man. Make sure you stretch that skin. Alright, so I'm going to put some product in his hair. This is the Campania clay from my newest product line, The Outfit. This is based around Louis Campagna, a gang member in the gang from the Chicago mob. So this is a dry clay. It's a firm hold clay. There's no shine. It's a natural look, but a strong hold. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put like a quarter size in my hand, just like that. I can put it in when the hair is damp or dry. I prefer it damp at first. But I rub it really good on my hands, get it emulsified, get the product to activate, and so it's easier to spread. Just gonna run through his hair here. And this is good for all textures, all lengths. You know, you can do short hair, longer hair. It's gonna be a nice hold. All right, and once that's in there, I'm gonna blow dry it. So I just take a vented brush like this. I'll start with it on heat all the way to the top. Then I'll just run it through, follow with the blow dryer. I started with the heat, now I'm going to finish with cool air, just to get it to lock in place. So that cool air really locks in the product in the hair. Then I'll just put a little second coat on just to really hold it in place for the day. And this should hold him all day long. And just like that, he's styled for his day. So if you're looking to get the Campagna clay, you can find it now available. It's on my website at www.theoutfitformen.com. Go ahead and check that thing out. You got the cool story on there, you know, how I came up with the idea and everything. And also other merch like this t-shirt, which are super comfy. You get those on the website too, so check that thing out. That is the final cut. I appreciate you for watching. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a video. More videos are coming like this for 2020. More tutorials, food reviews, vlogs, and definitely a lot more stuff with my new barber brand, The Outfit. So stay tuned for that. And until the next time, I will see you then. Stay groomed.